Perry, you've done a lot of work with crops in Montana. What are some of the barriers you find to a more diverse cropping system used there?
You know, some of the barriers are actually quite practical. We've got a problem with long-term or persistent herbicides that keep us from growing some dicot crops in some years. But one of the bigger barriers is we've got an area called the Golden Triangle that just doesn't quite get enough rainfall to crop annually on a real safe and reliable way. And so finding strategies to add some diversity into those traditional wheat fallow systems has been a challenge.
What are some of the issues you're seeing as a result of farmers having low diversity cropping systems?
The issues are the kind of issues you would normally expect. Weeds that are responding, downy brome and winter wheat systems that has become really problematic to deal with. Various pests, and we've got a pest called wheat stem sawfly that may not be solved completely by crop diversity, but certainly the fact that it's got lots of wheat-only acres to prey on has become a very significant problem down there, and just various other pests. So.
Okay. A lot of Canada deals with similar dry conditions, so what do you think growers can do what steps can they take to energize their crop rotation?
Yeah, so this cropping system energetics, and what I will say is by the time we got through the end of this project, the economics probably, you really learn how much more important the economics are than the energetics in terms of a farmer's perspective. For us, the key energy aspect became nitrogen. Anything related to nitrogen was where all our energy dynamics were at. So anything a farmer can do to maintain or to change that nitrogen balance on a farm in a way that makes them less reliant on nitrogen out of a bag is probably going to make their farm a more energetically sound system.
Okay, so you've done a lot of research in green manure in that aspect. So what would you say farmers should consider when thinking about going that route?
So with legume green manures, it's been a challenge because if we look at it from a short-term perspective, the economics are really marginal. We don't see an immediate payoff from them. If guys are willing to stick with them and grow them twice, or better yet, maybe 3 times on the same piece of land, and then see what their soil nitrogen response is, there's probably a lot more potential for that to be economically viable. But if somebody's looking, especially if they're paying too much for their seed, it can be pretty tough to make the economics work for legume green manures right now. So we're working on it, but it seems to be promising in the long term, not very promising in the short term.